All right, everybody. Welcome back to Keep It Kula podcast. I don't know if this is episode 2 or episode 33, what we're doing, if we're going to just kind of keep it going with our old show. Let's just say episode 33 now. We can always change it in the future. So we've kind of been gone for a little over a month. It's, October 16th today? Last episode was, I think, right before September. So let's just so as you can tell, first of all, I looked at everything here is different. All my stuff is at school. I have not filmed at school yet, but I did bring up all my stuff. So I have all my jerseys there. I have my lights there. I have my setup. So all I have is my mic. I don't even have my whatever it's called. I got my headphones. So it's a little messy going on right now, but we knew we needed to film because so much is going on. But yeah, so we're back. I just needed. I was telling Mark on off air that we needed a bit of a break because it was a lot going from 18 months home. I was home every day. Yeah. I didn't go up to school once in second year. Barely saw friends, only backyard visits 6 feet away. Now I'm vaxxed. All my friends are vaxxed. Everyone at school is vaxxed. I'm at school now, not right this second. It's reading week, so I'm actually home. But next episode I will be at school. Everyone's vaxxed. I'm at school. I'm seeing my friends. I'm kind of living a normal life again, which is kind of scary because I haven't for 18 months. I'm hugging my friends. I'm spending time with people. I'm not in my home. So we need a bit of a break to kind of figure out what we're doing. Also, we're in school. I'm in my third year, right? You're finishing up school soon. So I think we needed just a little break, but we knew that we had to come back because so much is going on in football. And honestly, I've missed talking about sports. I think I needed that break to kind of be 19 years old again and hanging out with friends. I'm turning 20 in 2 months. So it's I needed that break a little bit, but now I'm back and ready to work and talk about all these crazy topics.
There's so much going on and it's been so long, like you said. And just to think too, last year at this time, I think we were just meeting and we were just getting this podcast going. So it's kind of cool to say that we've made it a year, a full year. I know there's been some breaks, but like you said, needed breaks at times. And I think we're both super excited to get back and kind of talk about everything going on. So a year down. So that's exciting too.
Right. Yeah. This is episode 33, but it has been a year, which is crazy. Our first, I think we did some meetings in October, and then I think our first episode aired November. So early, I think very early. So this is definitely, it's been definitely exciting to be back. Just to start off, behind you, you finally got your Lawrence jersey. I think last episode, you were saying that you were waiting for your jersey to arrive. It's finally here.
It's here.
Give me your thoughts on give me your thoughts on Lawrence before you give me your thoughts on the Jags.
Yeah, I mean, we'll start with Lawrence. There's the Jags. There's a lot to talk about with the Jags. Okay, but with Lawrence, I've liked what I've seen. I've really liked what I've seen. He's shown constant growth throughout the past couple of weeks. He's using his legs a lot more, which I think he was scared. I don't know if it was because of the coaching, which is a whole nother story. But I don't know if it's because of the coaching or what it was. But he's finally using his legs more. He's getting out of the pocket and he's throwing the ball accurate. There's always 3 or 4 plays, maybe even more, in each of these games where he makes a really good throw. But there's also, he had some picks in the first couple of games. He's playing better. I like what I see from him. But I need to see a win, right? I do need to see a win. And I blame that on a lot more. The defense has been one of the worst in the league. The coaching has been abysmal. I think we're going to get into that. And,
we got to.
Yeah, I mean, we have to. But it's I like what I've seen from him. I think he is the future for sure. I do want to see us get that first win. I need to see that first win.
And they're playing tomorrow morning in London, right? They're playing the Dolphins. So, and I believe, London game, classic Dolphins. Tua is back. I'm pretty sure he will be playing.
Yes.
So that will be interesting to see. I think the Jags are going to win. I have a feeling they're going to get the W.
It's their best shot. It's their best shot because, like I said, the defense is really what's been kind of plaguing this team. We were up 14-0 against Cincinnati, and then Cincinnati scored 24 points in the second half. We've given up 30-plus points to the Cardinals and to the Titans. Just a lot of points we've been giving up. This is a Dolphins team that I don't think they're too hot on offense. Tua's going to be back, but how good is he going to be? So I think we have a shot. I'm just a little upset that it's so early in the morning and I got to wake up.
You got to get up.
But
I'll watch like the third quarter. I don't think I'm gonna get up Sunday morning.
Well, it is a 1-4 team versus an 0-5 team. So,
Right. I don't know
but
if it's gonna get.
The Jags are also going for their 21st straight loss, which would we right now have the second longest losing streak in NFL history.
Who has
Uh,
won?
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who lost
Oh.
26 in a row back in the 70s.
Oh
So
wow. Nice
it's been about
fact.
yeah, it's been about 40 years, 50 plus years since a team has been this bad or a team has lost this many games. So I need
No,
a win.
yeah. So, and then another thing with the Jags, we got your head coach, Mr. College Football, legend coach, coming in, supposed to turn this team around. And what was he doing last week or 2 weeks ago? He was
Oh
dancing
man.
at a bar. What was that about?
Just ridiculous, eh? Like I think we're gonna talk about Gruden, and I think the news on
Yeah,
Gruden is like probably the best thing for Meyer because it took the spotlight
100%.
off of him, right? But it's still like terrible what Gruden did, and we'll talk about that. But
Yeah.
Meyer, what was he thinking? I mean, what are you doing? He left, the team flew back home, and he stayed in Ohio. I mean, the head coach is the leader of the team. How do you not fly with your team? And he claims he stayed in Ohio. I mean, he's from Ohio,
Yeah.
fair, but he claims he stayed there to see his grandsons. That's not what the video showed.
I didn't see
That's
any young kids in that video.
no. It was a young woman who is definitely about had to be about 40, 30, 40 years younger than him. You got to remember this. Urban Meyer is married. He's a 58-year-old married man. And some of the two videos that came out, what are you doing, man? Like, you need to be smarter than that.
Yeah.
You are the head coach of a football team. You're getting paid. I looked it up because I was wondering how much he's getting paid. He's getting paid
Mhm.
$12 million a year. Like
For
to
dancing out of a
for
bar
dancing at a bar.
with
I
an
know,
0 and
eh?
5 team.
And then you look at like I said, the coaching. If you've actually watched these games, and hey, I don't blame anybody for not watching the Jaguars, but if you've watched these games, the coaching has been terrible.
Mhm.
So for a team that's 0-5, and for him to be out there dancing, like, are you
Right.
taking this
Because
seriously or
you
not?
you see that, and then you see the Lions and their head coaches crying at the press
Crying.
like that's what you want when you have a bad team, because you have a bright future, your team, but right now it's a bad team. The Lions also have a bad team, but you see the heart that
Yeah.
coach has. He's not dancing at bars with
No.
girls 30 years younger. He is working every day with his team and being a real leader. So I really hope there's a change in your team, because it really sucks to see, especially if it's your team, seeing that. But I do want to
Yeah.
mention my Giants quick before we get into Gruden. Giants, they never have really great starts, especially Saquon's
No.
back first time in a while. Then we get that big win against the Saints, and I'm like, Danny Dimes and
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, they're the next big duo. And then in the Cowboys game, Saquon twists his ankle. It looked really bad, but it's fine. He'll be back in
Sure
about
did.
3 weeks. And Jones got that
That looked bad.
concussion. First of all, terrible play call. I don't think I've ever seen a
Yeah.
worse play call. And then he if people didn't see this, he gets hit in the head, kind of stays down for like a minute or 30 seconds, 10 seconds,
Yeah.
gets up, and he's like stumbling. And he's stumbling
He couldn't
again.
walk.
He could
Yeah.
not walk, and that freaked me out. Apparently, he's okay. He will be playing, I believe, tomorrow. That
Tomorrow. Yeah.
is what's supposed to happen. But the Giants kind of had a terrible downfall in that game. So, and then Kadarius Toney, who I think our most viewed
Yeah.
podcast was me saying that Kadarius Toney will be the steal of the draft. I'm standing by that,
Yeah.
because he was carrying our team on his back. He's a little rookie, he's smaller than I thought he was, a very little guy, but oh my gosh, he's good. I believe he broke Odell's rookie record as well in that game.
Did he? Yeah.
Amazing player, but and then he got kicked out of the game for throwing a punch, which was so dumb, so dumb. But with this Giants team, I'm excited about the future. Kind of similar to the Jags. Like, I know we have a good future this season. I don't think it's our season unless Jones comes back better than ever and Saquon's healthy. I think we can be good, but definitely it's hard seeing your quarterback falling over in a game, and then Mike
Yes, it
Glennon
is.
coming out. Mike Glennon was pretty solid though, so I will say that.
He wasn't bad, and that's the thing. Like you guys kept it really, really close when Jones and Barkley. Well, I know Barkley was hurt early, but
Yeah.
you guys, it was 17-10
Mhm.
before Jones went out. Like it was a close game, and then it kind of got a little bit sideways, and the Cowboys took over. But you guys have been so hurt. Like
Mhm.
I again,
Yeah.
like I said about Lawrence, like I don't think Lawrence is holding back the Jaguars. I don't think Jones is holding back the Giants either.
Nope.
He's playing without Barkley. Galladay got hurt too. I know you
Shepard
guys
wasn't
have some.
playing.
Yeah, Shepard. You
Either.
guys have some O-line injuries
Hmm.
too.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure. And then on the defense too, I think Blake Martinez got hurt
Out
too.
for the season. Yeah.
Right. So like that's a lot of like we just named like some of the best players on your team,
And they were
right?
out, and we could have won that game too. Like if
So
Jones was
it's
healthy and all that.
100%. So there's so many injuries for you guys, which it kind of sucks. But that Saints game really showed potential. Like
Yeah.
Danny Dimes was Danny Dimes in that Saints game, and that's one of the
100%.
upsets so far of the year. And not only that, but the Washington game. That's a game you guys should
Oh,
have won as well.
that
Like
was terrible.
to jump offside, and I know I saw a license plate guy and a lot of other people saying it really wasn't offside,
Did not
but
look offside to me. Did not
I
look
know it
offside. Maybe I'm being
didn't seem
biased,
like
but it
it.
did not look offside. Yeah, so
I
we've
know.
definitely been in games that we should have won.
So there's some potential there, and I think if you guys were a healthier team, you'd be more in the mix. But
Mhm.
because of the offside and these unfortunate plays like the concussion, and then Barkley twisting his ankle, it's been kind of an unfortunate sort of start. I think you guys are better than 2-3 right now. Are you? Or are you guys 1-4? One or the other, but
One win. I
one
know we have
win.
one win. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you guys are better than that, though.
Yeah, I think so too. And then when was it? What was Monday Night Football? We had Ravens Colts, right? Great game.
What a game!
And
Wow.
was it at halftime when they announced the Gruden scandal, or was that just like
Yes.
it was in the middle of the game sometime,
Right in the
and
middle.
there's breaking news. And for everyone who doesn't know, I'm sure if you're watching a sports podcast, you heard about Gruden.
Yeah.
So Gruden resigns from as head coach of the Raiders after homophobic, racist, and misogynistic emails were exposed. I don't know the specific things he said in these emails, but I do know that they were pretty disgusting and really not acceptable in the NFL or really in society.
Anywhere. Yeah.
And these emails are from, I believe, 2011 to 2018. And, if you're going to say, oh, he was making, whatever jokes in 2011, or no, they weren't really jokes, but 2011, fine, you can grow as a person. But still, you need to be in trouble a little bit. But some of these were from 2018, which is 3 years ago, which is like, that's not a long time ago. We already knew what was acceptable and what wasn't. Of course, even 2011 too, but it was a little bit of a different time, the way people spoke and the way people made jokes and stuff. But 2018 was only 3 years ago, right? And
Yes.
the things he was saying and doing,
And just to write that
disgusting.
in an email, right?
Yeah.
Like for someone to sit behind a computer and actually type some of those things out, like the emails that were sent to the Washington football team
Mm-hmm.
president and to the commissioner and to all these people, like the words that he used in them, it's not acceptable in any workplace. I don't care, you work for the NFL, you work for whatever company you work
Yeah.
for, it's just not
Anywhere.
acceptable, right? And
Anywhere.
I don't know what he was thinking. Again, this is another guy who got $100 million contract when
A
he
very
signed with the
respected
Raiders.
guy. A very respected
Super
guy.
respected. He's
It
got
was
Super Bowl rings with Tampa,
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
and
Not, I mean,
Tampa Bay just removed them from the
Ring of
Ring of
Honor.
Honor, which is a
Yeah.
really big deal. And I believe he was signed to a shoe deal, and they dropped him good. Everybody should drop him. He should not have a job or should be getting paid from these people, because these are disgusting. And another thing too was the homophobic things that he was saying. We have to remember he has a player on his team who's the first openly gay, or the only openly gay athlete right now, because he made comments about Michael Sam. He was the first gay
Yes.
player being drafted openly gay, and that was only 7 years ago, not long ago. And
Right.
I'm sure, imagine how Carl Nassib, who was an openly gay NFL player, is feeling right now, finding out this guy who he trusted. Right. I remember reading that they had a really good bond over a good relationship over it, and Nassib felt comfortable around him. And now hearing about the stuff he was saying, like, imagine how he feels.
Exactly. And they granted Nassib like a personal leave, like
Mm-hmm.
a leave of absence this week,
Yeah,
which he certainly deserves. Because, like,
100%.
I mean, over the summer and in training camp and in everything, it was Gruden was defending Nassib.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying, we love him, right? It's all
Mm-hmm.
good and all that. And then it's just so disappointing to see like some of the stuff about Michael Sam, and
Yeah,
he used homophobic comments against like Roger Goodell and
yeah,
other
yeah.
people too. Using the worst word you can use against
Terrible words. Yeah,
so like it's just so bad to see, and like it's so long. It was 2011 to 2018. It's
yeah,
not like he just did one email. I think they
yeah.
found what 600,000
Oh
emails,
God, way too many for it to
which
be,
is
oh, he was in a bad mood one day, or he
yeah,
reacted. He was no, no, no. This is how he was
it
thinking.
was a
This is
chain,
how his mindset works for all these years, and still probably works too. Um,
right?
so that's disgusting. And then there was now there's like a whole discussion about what are some of these other guys saying and what
And
are
that's the
everyone
one
else's
thing I
emails.
will
Yeah.
say. I mean, you don't believe that he's the only one to be
No,
saying that, do you? Yeah.
no
I
way.
don't think anybody does, right? Like this was only found because it was part of the investigation into Washington and
Hmm.
their toxic workplace.
Hmm.
And like it's you would have to be really naive to think this is the only person
Hmm.
who's doing that.
There's a lot
Uh,
of
so
big white men in power,
in power, yeah.
in the NFL. So I would not be surprised if there's some very respected coaches today, like guys right now who are saying things very similar to that,
Yeah. And the
that their
people he
player.
were
Yeah. Hmm.
sorry, yeah, no, and the people he was sending the emails to as well, like, well, where's the accountability for them? I mean,
Hmm.
why aren't they, in any trouble? Why isn't the Washington football team getting any trouble from this?
Hmm.
Same with, I know there was a report yesterday or the other day that came out saying the top lawyer of the NFL was really, really cozy with Washington and sending,
Mm.
back and forth emails. Like, there's more people involved in
Yeah.
this, and I don't know. We'll see how it
We're
plays
gonna
out.
see. This will be a documentary one day. If
Yeah.
someone doesn't make it, I will make it. If it's not made in the next 5 years, I will go and make it myself,
There you
because
go. Yeah.
this is crazy. It's actually insane. Like, because it doesn't feel like, oh, this is football. It's so much more than just football. It's a whole business, and people are getting exposed. It's like a TV show of what we're watching right now, because it's so crazy. But I'm happy that these people are being exposed. These bad guys in the industry, in the league, in the business are being exposed, so we can bring in these good people and actually run the NFL properly.
Yeah, and it's a powerful business too, right? Like it's a huge
Billions of
business.
dollars. Yeah, a
Billions
lot
and
of
billions of dollars.
shady things that happen behind the scenes. It's like a net. It's a network. It's like a TV network. It's everything. It's these
It is.
big businesses. Like, there's shady things that happen. Did you ever watch the show, the morning show on Apple TV? Jennifer
I
Aniston, Reese
haven't.
Witherspoon.
No.
It's like that kind of reminds me of it, because it's like all these scandals going on, and it just feels like I'm watching a TV show right now. But
Yeah.
it's the NFL. It's football, right? It's crazy.
Yep.
It's like football. It's like it's a game that we play. It's a game. It's a sport. No, it's so much more than just a sport. It's so bizarre
Yeah.
what's going on. So we'll be hearing more
And it's
about this.
we will. I think there's a lot more to uncover. And the only other thing that I'll add, we'll wrap this up, but the only other
Mhm.
thing that I'll add is just that, the NFL, especially in the past couple of years, they pride themselves on, stop hate, or they pride
Mhm.
themselves
Mhm.
on, fighting for all these initiatives and
Yep.
fighting for the rights of LGBT, like
Mhm.
all these different rights. And then you see all of this, and it's pretty disappointing to see. So I think, like you said, yeah, there's a lot more, and there needs to be a documentary on it,
There has to be.
whether one of us makes it or whoever does make it.
I'm waiting. But yeah, so like every week, I'm sure we'll be having more info about it. We'll be hearing more about this. So this will kind of be going on. Who knows how long? It could be going on for a really long time. Um,
I think we're gonna do picks, right?
yeah,
But I think
let's do picks.
the one thing I want to get on before we do picks is if we had a quick, who's the best team in the league right now after, and I know it's early. There's 18 weeks this year, but who do you think the best team is so far through the first 5 games?
So on paper, the Cardinals,
Yeah,
but the team that I actually think is the best are the Buffalo Bills.
yeah, yeah. I
Um,
would agree.
you agree? Bills number one?
I agree. Yeah,
Because we got like the Chiefs out here looking terrible, and we got Tampa Bay looking a little sloppy. Not
yeah.
perfect, but we did say that last year, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl. Um, but I would say the Bills are the best team right now, and like I don't know who's gonna stop them.
Yeah, no, me neither. They look like the most complete team, offense, defense, special teams, like just coaching, everything. They look like the best team. I would be picking them too. I think we had a similar conversation last year too about Bills Cardinals. We both
Mm-hmm.
really liked them last year too. The
Yeah,
Bills were so close. They were in the championship game. The
right.
Cardinals, they had a late season collapse, but the Cardinals could be really good this year, and they just
Mm-hmm.
got Zach Ertz too.
They just got Ertz as well. Yeah, but I don't know. I can't tell with these Cardinals because it's the same thing
It's
last year. I know
hard.
that they are much more stacked now, and Murray is in another year. But I don't want to trust them too much. I don't want to put all my faith in them because I feel like they find a way to disappoint
They
every
have.
year. But these Bills, like this Bills team, just looks so comfortable. Like out like against the Dolphins, for example, they won 40-0, right? Was that 40-0 or against
They did.
they were
Houston,
blowing
they
out?
won 40-0, and I
Oh,
think
right.
Miami, they won 35-0. So
Something like that.
yeah,
Insane. Like I know they're not great teams, but still to win by that many points and not allow no score, no field goal, no touchdown, no safety, whatever. They definitely are the scariest team. And what about in the NFC? What are we thinking in
that's
that?
tough, right?
I, I
Like
hate to say it. Yeah.
I would say Cardinals. Like I think I am
Mhm.
gonna go with Cardinals, but I mean the Rams are there too. Let's not forget about the
Yeah.
Rams, right? And we're gonna see against the Giants tomorrow. I think we're gonna pick that one
Yeah.
shortly, but
Yeah.
I am gonna say Cardinals. Yeah, I'm not. I don't. I'll tell you one thing. I don't believe in the Cowboys hype, and I'm sure you're glad to hear that. But
I was about to say that. Like I think that they may be the best team in
really,
that's how I'm thinking right now. I need to see them play. They were playing New England, which I don't really have a lot of faith in. Um,
yeah,
but there's something about Dallas that is scaring me a little bit. Um, but I will probably say the Rams over Arizona, even though Arizona blew out the Rams. I do think that Rams are just a better team
yeah,
and can make a run in the playoffs as well. Stafford has so much experience, right?
he
Name me one
does.
player who doesn't have a Super Bowl who deserves one. I'd say Larry Fitzgerald and Matt Stafford.
Stafford. Yeah, exactly. Yep. No, 100%. I mean, it's hard to disagree with that. We'll see. Like, you wanna pick the you wanna start with the Cardinals Browns game, maybe?
Yeah. Let's just do a few games. So Browns Cardinals. I was going back and forth with my dad because we're betting in our pool based on spreads. It's um, Cleveland has to win by 3. So we're kind of going back and forth about that one. I kind of want to go with Cleveland. Uh, I just think they're going to score so many points. In Arizona, I think they have some COVID stuff for the coaches,
Yeah.
so they're going to be a little bit of a different team. And also, Zach Ertz is a new addition, so maybe he's not going to be comfortable yet. And Cleveland just looks really exciting. I know they lost to the Chargers, but it was an amazing game, and they're scoring a
What
lot
a
of
game.
points. But I feel like that will come down to a field goal. But I do kind of see the Browns getting the win.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna agree with you there. I'm not gonna argue there. I did just say a lot of praise to the Cardinals, but
Yeah,
again, it's a long season, right? Like no team's
very.
gonna go 18-0. So
I don't
it's
think
or
so.
17-0. I guess there's
Yeah.
17 games this year, but no team's gonna do that. It's a long season. I am gonna agree with you though. I think the Browns, especially coming off last week, oh my God, what a game that was.
Amazing.
Uh, I think I'm gonna take the 3 points for the Browns there
Hmm.
for sure, especially because Kingsbury's out, the
Yeah.
head coach for
Hmm.
Arizona. So yeah.
Let's go Giants Rams. I believe it's a 10.5
Big
spread.
spread. Yeah.
I'm going with the Giants.
Yeah.
Uh, Jones, I think it will be playing. It's a big spread. Do I think the Giants are going to win? No, I don't. I will be hoping that they do win, but I don't think that we are going to get the win.
Keep it close though. Keep it close.
I
Yeah.
think keep it a 10-point game. Yeah.
And I think you can too. It's a matter of everybody staying healthy. Barkley he's not playing, or is he?
Nah, he's out.
No, he's
Hmm.
out. That's tough. That leaves me in a tough spot. But I am gonna say Giants keep it within 10. I
Yeah.
think they will. I mean, you look at the way, like I said, you look at the way they played against the Saints. If Daniel
Hmm.
Jones can do that again, he could be good. And as long as the defense kind of stops Cooper Cup and that Rams offense, you might be able to keep it close. I think the Rams will win, but should be within 10.
Should
Yeah.
be close. Let's Jags Dolphins.
What's the spread on that?
I think that's 3.5.
It is. Yes.
And
3.5.
Dolphins have to win by 4, I believe, right? Is that the spread?
Right.
So
Right.
I'm going Jags with that spread. I feel like could be a field goal game, but I do think the Jags will get the win. I think this will be their first one.
Yeah, like I said, I agree with you. This is our best chance at getting a
Mhm.
win because I think we play Seattle the week after, which Seattle's without Russell, so maybe. But
Mhm.
we have a harder schedule coming up, is kind of what I'm saying. So I think this will be the chance for them to get the win. I'm gonna go with my team here, and we're kind of picking all the same here. There's a big one though, Chargers Ravens, and I
Yeah.
think the spread on that is Baltimore -3. Um, so
I'm going
I
Chargers. I think the
yeah.
Chargers, I think that's another team that I think will be really good too. I don't see them winning the Super Bowl, but I do see them making a big playoff run. Herbert, I think, is the most exciting player to watch right now. He may be the best quarterback right now, or will be
Agreed.
soon.
I agree with you. I think he's the MVP right now,
Hmm.
of the league. And again, super early, only 5 games
Very
in, but
early. Yeah.
I think he right now is playing as the best quarterback. And I think the Chargers win that one. I wouldn't
Hmm.
be surprised actually if it's like a 10-point or a 7-point win
Hmm.
for the Chargers. I think they're gonna really beat up on the Ravens. The Ravens are super, super, super lucky they won that
Oh
game
my
against
God, yeah.
Indianapolis.
Very lucky.
Super
And
lucky.
Chargers are just racking up tons of points, tons of points. Ravens, you're not so sure yet about them. You're not really sure if they're really good or if they're not really good. Um,
Exactly.
and then
Let
what's the Sunday night game?
It's Steelers Seahawks, which isn't too hot. I say
Ah,
we do one more. Let's pick Packers
yeah,
Bears. That's kind of one of the other good
yeah.
ones this week, and just the spread on it looking now. Green Bay is favored by 4.5.
See, that
So
one's tough. I don't remember what me and my dad picked on, but that's definitely a tough one because the Packers don't know Fields, right? No one knows Justin
yeah,
Fields. So you don't really know how to play. Like I think a lot of the teams figured out Mahomes and they figured out Lamar a little bit. That's why they're just not as
yeah,
explosive as they used to be. But with Fields, you don't really know what his deal is.
right.
And it's also a rivalry game. So I don't really know what I want to go with that one. Also with Rodgers, you're not so sure if he's going to have a great game or if he's going to be sloppy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a tough one. It's gonna be close. It's always close. It's the one of the biggest rivalries in football.
Hmm.
I'll say the Packers do get the 5 points. They'll win by 5. Just because Rodgers is playing lights out right now too. I think that blowout. Remember they lost 38-3 week 1.
Oh
Nobody
wow,
kind of
yeah,
remembers that right now.
it was
So
bad. No,
they're
definitely. So
they're they're playing really good. So I'll go Packers there. But you are super correct on that Fields point,
mhm.
and that's why the Bears might be able to get some things going this year, just because of that new aspect. And if they really get that offense together,
Right.
it could be pretty dangerous wild
Yeah.
card wise.
I kind of see this game being a close one, but maybe the Packers getting a touchdown late
Yeah,
game to seal the deal with that one.
for sure, for sure. I mean, it's those are kind of the bigger games this
Hmm.
week. I mean, Sunday night Steelers Seahawks,
Yeah,
not the
no
greatest,
Russ. So
but yeah. So I mean, it'll be an interesting week.
mhm.
It's awesome that we got back and talked about.
Finally back.
There's so much going on. Like we can talk about so much. NBA starting too, NHL
Yeah,
started. Just so much going on in the sports world, and football just doesn't stop right now either. So
doesn't. So
like
that's why
college
like
too. I
college
know we were going
too.
to talk a little bit about college, like
Yeah.
Alabama lost last week. Like there's so
Yes.
much going on.
So
So
much content. So our next episode, we'll be back with, I'm sure, even bigger stories. Hopefully we get a film next week. Hopefully I'll be back in Waterloo again. I'll be back at school filming, so it'll be a bit of a different setup. But yeah, we got so much to talk about, so much sports, so much action. Like that's the good thing. In the summer, we filmed every week, but there really
yeah,
wasn't a lot. So now that we have so much to talk about, we got to get it all done. We got to.
exactly. Yes, indeed, for sure. And I'm excited to see the setup that you have in
Mhm.
Waterloo. So that'll be exciting to get back on the mic and do that. So I'm
For
excited
sure.
for that.
All right, so that's going to do it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Give this episode a like, and we'll be back next week. Thanks for watching.